Just write everything in capital letters.
So it's all one category.
Plant and animal life is a category. Humus is part of plant and animal life. Again, humus acts like a sponge. I think that's where it was. And it holds moisture. Soils with good layers of humus are far more productive agriculturally. The water is retained and then gradually released. Humus also creates a very weak acid in the soil that literally helps break down nutrients within the soil to make them available for plant use. So very weak acids are developed, organic acids are developed by the humus. These organic acids help break down mineral matter, and the mineral matter then becomes available for plant life. Humus also adds structure to the soil. It makes the soil workable. So humus has several roles in, lastly, humus also adds nutrients to the soil. So it breaks down nutrients, it retains water, it adds in workability, and finally it adds nutrients to the soil. It plays a significant role in the development of soil. That was 4. Now we'll try 5. How's that? But then again, you might like it. Okay, time. Obviously, time is required for soils to form. And this is one of the things we seem to forget. Soils that have formed over hundreds of years are depleted and eroded within decades. Those soils cannot be replaced within short periods of time. Now, obviously, the amount of time involved to replace soils is dependent upon vegetation, climate, parent material, and so on. But it does require time. At one point, soil scientists were saying for every inch of topsoil it takes 1,000 years. They're nuts. It takes anywhere from a few decades to several thousand years. If you're up in the tundra and your soil is destroyed, forget about that being repaired in reasonable length of time, even thousands of years. So time is a factor, and these are the factors that control how soils develop. Okay. Factors of fertility in soil. There are a number of factors, but we're only going to deal with 2. One, the basic minerals, and what determines the basic minerals? What? The parent material. And the other thing we're concerned with is the pH of a soil. What do we mean by pH? What? Okay, is a soil acidic or basic? And basically it's a concentration of hydrogen ions. The more hydrogen ions you have, the more acidic the soil. What is the typical range of pHs found? 0 to what? Oh, 14. pHs are from 0 to 14, with neutral being a 7 pH. This is what plants like. Plants prefer pHs from low 6s to low 8s. That's the range. In northern Wisconsin, pHs, natural pHs are in the mid 5 to mid 6 ranges. So they have to be addressed if they're going to become productive. And pHs of soils can be improved by adding this substance, and let's see who's had chemistry. CaCO3, calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is, someone said it over here. Yes? What? Well, yeah, calcium carbonate is basic, but what is calcium carbonate? Lime. So calcium carbonate is lime, and here in central Wisconsin, you see farmers applying that constantly, because what happens, it leaches out. It washes out during the year. So soils will be brought up to a pH of 7, calcium carbonate leaches out because this is water soluble. And it leaches out, it neutralizes the hydrogen ions, but it continues to leach out and soils become acidic. Acidic soils are non-productive. Mature soils will have something called a soil profile. Immature soils or poorly developed soils, such as in the rainforest, the tundra, and deserts, will not have soil profile. They haven't had the opportunity to evolve over time. Good soil profiles, okay, this would be classified as a column soil, and what we find frequently are layers within it. These layers are referred to as horizons. And depending on the soil, the depth of these, the number of these varies. But down at the bottom of every soil profile is the parent material. Parent material. Okay, let's just put that at the base and let's go to the top. What did I say was generally at the top of good soils? Now,
Leaves and plants.
Litter. Undecomposed organic matter. The accumulation during the last 6 months, 12 months of the year. So it's anything from leaves to that dead dog in the ditch to those dead deer that you see lying along the side of the road. All of that is potential litter. It also is all fecal material from any animal wandering through the woods. All of that is referred to as forest litter. So it's undecomposed organic matter. It's on the forest floor. Your author, one of your authors will identify this as the O layer in the profile. Others identify it as an O1 layer. It varies, so I'm going to go with what I know best, the O layer. What do we have if the litter decomposes? What? Humus. And that's the O2 layer or OO layer, depending on which book you have. And in this zone, the litter is breaking down. We have an introduction of a fair number of insects and decomposers. Remember we talked about the decomposers in that food web. Well, this is where the decomposers really interact with